Despite the wealth that dominates so much of the West, many still struggle to balance their finances. Kirsty is a young teacher and dressmaker from the UK. She told us how issues of self-esteem and materialism have often been a challenge for her, to the point that she found herself caught into a debt that she couldn't pay off.
I built up a lot of debt over the years. I've always struggled with handling my money. I remember when I got paid my first job when I was 16 and blew my paycheck within the first day. And I remember that feeling of getting to a point where it was all out of control, and I'd wake up either in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning and have that sick feeling of, how am I ever going to get out of this? But the majority of it was spent on trying to alter or improve my image. But I went to university in the centre of London, and I went to fashion college, and that was by far the biggest challenge, because I wanted to not so much fit in, but I wanted to have the right image. And I did have low self-esteem, and I just felt that everything was centred around what I looked like, and that was where I placed my hope in me and my future, was in those things.
Kirsty made a decision to change her life. She began by cutting up her credit cards one Sunday in front of her church, and now is opening her eyes to a bigger world.
In cutting down on some of my spend, I've been able to free up some money to be able to support others. And I was determined to open up my eyes a little bit more and broaden my perspective. I had the opportunity to go to Kenya to see some of the work that my church are involved with. And we arrived at the church and we met Pastor Joel and his team, and he started to show us around the community and talk about the work that they're doing there. So where are we going down to now?
This is our river. It's a dead river. You don't find anything that lives there, not even a frog, because it's very much contaminated. Yeah. No, not even germs. Sometimes we joke that not even germs can live in our river. Really? Because it's too toxic.
Kirsty's local church has connected with the work of Pastor Joel and his church in the Mathare Valley, proving fruitful for both sides. For the UK church, the link has become a focus for prayer and an opportunity for them to engage. For the church in Mathare, the support is a great source of encouragement.
The church is a source of hope and inspiration for many in the congregation and also in the community at large. We have things like the malnourished children that we work with, bringing them to the church kitchen and feeding them with a well-balanced diet, and teaching their parents how to feed these children. We want to keep the young people busy with some activities. For example, we teach them the guitar, teach them the piano. There's a dance troupe. We have several of them in the Sunday school. We also have football, and they go up to national level in competition. That kind of interaction and good positive usage of their energy. We also have vocational training for the young people and also for the women, that they can learn some simple skills that they can be able to improve their lives.
One of the people that I met was a lovely lady called Anastasia, and she was working on the side of the road, and she talked a bit about her life as a single mum living in this place, and the sewing business is her income, and she's known as a local designer, and she has people bring stuff to her and she fixes them or she makes things from scratch. And she talked about being in a place where there's so many challenges of trying to make ends meet, but also doing a job that she clearly loves. That one conversation, which lasted 15 minutes, was one of the most powerful conversations I've had with somebody. There was me out there thinking, oh, what can I do to help? And I think we often think that we can go to these places and think, what can we do to help? But there's a massive amount that they can help us with. And I saw people that were in strife and had no money and were really struggling to make ends meet, but had hope. And they were placing their hope in God. And all this time I've been placing my hope in things. Their faith is so much stronger, yet they had virtually nothing. And there was me with virtually everything around me, and my faith wasn't where it should have been. For me, the blessing that I've had and that I am having is that my relationship with him is growing deeper and deeper and stronger and stronger.